Good morning, sir. Good morning, all of you.
है। ये 31 है ना? 31 है क्या हिमांशु?
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
Great. So, welcome to all of you for this PG Job Guarantee session. Before we proceed further, let me introduce myself and then some of you. So myself, Vivek Shrivastava, and I do carry 27 years of experience. By qualification, I'm electronics engineer and HR certification from IIM Lucknow. And during these 27 years, I've worked with companies like Huawei, Nokia, Siemens, and many other government agencies. At present, I'm focusing on companies which are ranging from 50 to 500 CR. I'm trying to make them profitable and sustainable with the help of organization development activities. So that's basically involvement of HR and process and automation. So that's how I am, and that's how my connection with HR and SAP, because when it comes to the process, ERP is the best solution, and among the ERP, SAP is the best solution. So this is all about me. Now, if some of you would like to introduce yourself very briefly, your name, qualification, and purpose of joining this session.
Yes, sir, I'm there. I want to tell about me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Myself, Bhavesh Jain, and currently I live in Gurgaon, and I have done my graduation in BCom from Government National College, Sirsa, and currently I am doing job in JK Cement in HR department, and I am in this session so that I can gain more practical knowledge about the HR, and because I want to grow in this department, as today my job is to only manage the data, but I want to grow myself more. That's why I'm here to attend this session. Thank you.
Bhavesh. Any other person would like to very quickly, or any special expectation from this session, you can tell. Okay. So okay, so let me proceed then further. So we'll talk about three things basically. I hope that everybody has received an link to download the PPT for this session, and same I will share with you as well. So, three basic parts which I will talk is first, the journey of HR, so that we can understand that where we are now, what exactly expectation from HR as on date. And since you guys are, most of you are in your 30s or 20s, so you have still to grow another 20, 30 years. So how it will save further, for that at least you should know very well that yes, how HR is as on date. Second, we'll talk about the different HR functions, functionalities of HR, so that we are very clear that, okay, what are the different functions, how we are connected. Please unmute yourself in case if you're not talking. Let me. Okay. And then third, we will talk about this PPT, which is already shared with you in your email. So these are the three basic things. You may ask me at any point where you feel that yes, things are supposed to be discussed. But at the same time, if you can hold it, jot it down your questions, most probably it will be automatically answered. Roshan, I believe everybody else is able to listen me. Are you guys able to listen me? Anyone, please?
Yes, sir.
So Roshan, maybe it is your headphone that you are not able to listen. Okay. So you just, I can say, take care of your headphone, plug in, plug out. Most probably it should work. So, and right now I'm not sharing Shivshankar, so no problems. I will start sharing. Let us have first a conversation to understand that where we are and what we are going to do with. So the very first part is I can say about the journey of HR. Still, you might have seen in many companies that HR is busy with attendance, leave management, expense management of people, and that is the core job which is taking 70–80% time. But these are the small companies. And this is something which had been automated very well in most of the companies now. Attendance is happening through the biometrics. Salary is being made using the softwares. And leave management and expense management is also going on the portal. In most of the company, this is happening. How things started, let me start from the very beginning. So this is actually part of your personal and administration. And way back when industrialization started in 60s, very few people were available who were educated and also willing to work. So either people were not educated well, or they were not willing to work if they are educated. Because education was not for everyone at that point of time. And it was not that important also for many people. So that was the time when companies were asking, if you can read, write, and understand, you are fit for employment. And that was something the time when 10th pass, 12th pass, any person were able to get a good job to start the career. And it was responsibility of company to train these people, make them workable, keep them updated, so that they can perform better. And this was a time when there was a personnel department and timekeeping department. Still in small factories, you can find timekeeping department. Where they keep the record of people, what time they are coming, what time they are going, how many times they have gone out, in everything. And based on that, the time calculation happens and salary is decided, and leave management also get in practice with. So that is something what we can say is your personal department work was. This prevailed for almost 10-15 years. Good 10-15 years this happened. In this 10-15 years, the employees do understood that they are working for generating much more revenues and profits, and they had been paid peanuts by the company. So employees also started looking for a change of employer. And they started showing courage, confidence, and search for searching the jobs. And same way, companies also started feeling that now people who had worked for 5-10 years or even more, and they know how to work in a company, they understand the work culture, the work pressure, those people are available in the market. Then why to go only for educated and take all the responsibility of grooming them and developing them? So this basically made skilled people getting employed, and skill mapping started from here. Chaitanya, this is ongoing session. I'm not only showing the slide. Slides are having the same thing written. So I'm trying to discuss. So pay attention on it. So this is the time when basically skill mapping started. And that was the point when HR came in existence. The Department of Personnel and Administration started getting recognition as a HR department, because this was the time when human resource skill set was making difference in the efficiency and profitability of a company. And companies started thinking that if I had a good employee, it can change everything. So skill mapping came in existence, and still many of you might be doing this skill mapping. And many of you might be seeing the advertisements also for the job that yes, skill set required. So this skill was acquired after a long practice of work. So skill is just like a driving skill. As much as you drive, you become more and more skilled. So this is something, same way if you operate a machine, same way you manage a team, all this comes with more and more you are experienced, more and more you are skilled. So this is very important to understand. Then so this was, I can say somewhere in mid-70s, 80s, when this skill mapping got in boom. In the end of 90s, internet came in picture. And this internet again changed the scenario. Now, knowledge was available freely. Earlier, for the same knowledge, you were supposed to go to a college to acquire a full-time degree, and it was creating a huge difference in your candidature. But now, after internet, things are quite changed because knowledge is available freely everywhere. The only thing is you should have access to internet and willingness to learn. And this has changed the requirement in the companies as well. Now companies don't ask for, especially the big companies, the new age companies, skill matrix. They ask for the competency. They're asking for competent people. Anybody would like to differentiate what is skill and competence? Just try, please.
Sir, from my point of view, skills are those that we can do a certain type of work according to our practical or theoretical knowledge by applying that, okay? That we get expertise in doing the thing. And competent is means that you can do that work, how you can do the work differently from other people. My point of view is this.
Thank you. Anybody else would also like to add something? Please feel free. Okay. So I believe all of you are, most of you are from HR fraternity only.
Yes, sir.
Then speak out something.
Yes.
What is competency? What is a skill? This had been in discussion for almost 1.5 decades now. Anyway. So what exactly is competence? Let me explain to you. Competence is something as a combination of your skill, knowledge, and motivation. So you need to be very much motivated. This is the first thing. Motivation is very important. It's just like a trident, Trisula, which is having 2 side flanks and 1 middle penetrator. So this motivation is just like the middle penetrator. Trisul, it's a middle part. So if you are motivated, this is most important. Second, the options may be that you are Am I audible? Chaitanya is saying I'm not audible.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
So Chaitanya, you need to check. So middle is a motivation, and you can say one side is skill, one side is knowledge. And this is the time after internet when the IT industry came in existence, and IT industry changed way of working. Every 1.5 years, we started changing the process and technology in every industry almost. Whatever industry you are working, it's a manufacturing, service, or entertainment, every industry. Technology is penetrating, and almost 1 to 2 years, there will be huge change. how you are working, how you are documenting, how you are taking decisions. That's very important then. So this is something which is making knowledgeable people equally important as the experienced people or skilled people. When I say skilled, that means experienced, who has been doing this work and they have acquired the skill set by virtue of their experience. They had been doing this work for quite some time. Just like driving, as much as you drive, you are skillful. You can easily drive any vehicle, whatever you had been driving for so long. So this is important. But knowledge is something where you have not done anything, you are just theoretical. So this is, I can say what you were saying. So theoretical part is that knowledge part, where you know how things happen, but you have not done it. You are a fresh pass out from the college. You are highly knowledgeable how things can happen, but you have not experienced it so far. But now it is worth, and that's why fresh pass out from the good colleges are also well paid, very highly paid nowadays. Because they are very much aware about the latest technology, process, procedure of working. And that's saving time, efficiency, and more earning is happening. So this is something which is very, very important that we need to understand now, that HR is as on date about competency framework and its management. You need to understand what competencies are required in your organization. You need to acquire those competencies among your team, whatever is available.
Sir, I want that that you explain the competency. Can you explain that in short points again? I didn't get some points.
What exactly? Do you understand three components of competency?
Yeah, sir. First is motivation. Second, theoretical knowledge and practical knowledge, and other one is experience.
Not theoretical and practical, it's just knowledge.
Okay.
Practical knowledge, when you comes, it becomes experience actually.
Okay.
Somebody has done practical, that means he has practiced. And that is experience. And that is the skill. So for skill, acquiring a skill, you need not to be highly educated, need not to learn anything. You just need to keep on doing it.
Okay.
Like anyone I can say who is working in for so long, maybe even a rickshaw puller knows he is highly skilled in how to drive on the road, the rickshaw. Same way taxi driver, same way the pilot. In pilot, they ask, I can say, how many hours of experience you have for flying. So these are the skill sets, very important. And at the same time, the other part is the knowledge, where you are having exposure towards the latest things. So you are just aware of that these are the new technologies. Okay, fine. A driver is driving, let's say, for 30 years. But now you see Ola and Uber has changed the way to how to drive. Now you don't stop the vehicle and ask that, okay, this road goes where? Nobody asks now. So those old age drivers are less efficient than the new age drivers who are highly skilled on using the map. They understand, okay, this means from here I have to turn. If there are 3 options of turning, which exactly is mine? And they don't make any mistakes. So they are highly efficient. And this is why, because they are knowledgeable about how to use the technology. So they are doing quite well. So this is same way in the business also. Earlier people used to do everything with the register and pen. Now people are having the ERP systems. So they know how to fetch a report. So they are knowledgeable. They are aware, okay, new versions are coming with what are the different features and how to use. So you might have seen, even in the case of Excel, the journey from normal Excel to advanced Excel, Power BI and all those has come, which is really helping you a lot for making it things fast. Now your Excel sheet is directly connected with the social media as well. So these are the powerful tools.
Okay,
if you are aware, you can utilize it. If you are not aware, So you are far behind. And these differences you might be experiencing every day while interviewing people or while working with also. That people who are tech savvy a little, they are fast and they're efficient. And this only comes from the knowledge. Knowledge is there, you can use the new tools, new apps, and you can save time. So this is what exactly is the difference between skill and competence. So competence is where knowledge and motivation both are also added. So this is very, very important. You need to understand on this part, how to take it up and how to shape your company accordingly. Because if you have only skilled people, you will be far behind and your company will be no more in competition. And this has also changed one more big paradigm shift, that now HR is no more timekeeper, salary maker, attendance system. Now HR is your business partner. So this is very, very important that you need to ensure that you understand your business also very well. And you are able to support the business transitions very fast, because with technology, business is also making transitions. Every 1 to 2 years, way of working, the business model, everything is changing. And as a HR, now you are supposed to be having shoulder to shoulder responsibility with your top management, that you will supply competent people to run the show. You will make your existing people more competent. So now HR is not the normal payroll and timekeeper. HR is now a business partner. So it's a strategic business partner role which we are aiming in. And more technology, more and more this is happening. So this is very important. That's what I was trying to convey to you, that you need to understand this very well, that where HR is heading before we talk about this. Otherwise, you will be busy in doing the routine works, and one day you will feel you are obsolete. So in this program, we are going to talk about all this with the latest cutting edge knowledge about the HR. That's very important. Second, very quickly, we will talk about the 5 functions of the HR. So I will take another 10 minutes on that, and then I will come on the slides. So how many functions of HR you understand? Anybody? What are the different HR functions?
Sir, one is talent management, and
Yes.
other one is talent acquisition, and third one is L&D. I don't know the other 2.
No problems. Thanks. Anybody else would like to add something? Feel free, please.
I think 4th one is HR payroll,
Yes, good.
and 5th one is, I think, HR generalist.
Yeah. HR generalist is very general word actually.
Okay. Actually, I know this only now because in my organization.
That's fine. That's fine. That's why I'm discussing this, because see, this is a 6-month course for which we are talking about. But at the same time, prior to I introduce this course, we all should know that what exactly is the HR, because there is a lot of confusion in minds of people, and when you ask, people say HR does nothing.
Yeah,
Many of you might have seen this and experienced it, that other team members, your production, your marketing, they are saying what HR does, they does nothing.
Sir, it's viral on Instagram also.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when you ask a HR guy, he says, boss, it's very difficult to find time for anything. I'm full of work.
Yes, sir. Sir, everybody likes the work of the other one. They thought that work is easy.
And really, if there is a good HR guy in the company, company will flourish like anything. And if incompetent HR is there, company is going nowhere. One day it will buy a big log for
Yeah,
locking
right.
the factory.
Right.
HR is just like a mother.
So
If
because
good mother is there,
Hmm.
all kids are successful.
Because all the things of the organization are being done by HR only.
Yes.
Yes.
So it's very important to understand what are the functions of HR.
Yes.
So very briefly, I want to discuss on this. Anybody would like to add just please? Soumya? Jayesh? Please feel free, whatever you know. Maybe one line, that's also enough. I don't know whether everybody is able to listen me or not. Are you able to listen me?
Yes, sir.
Very difficult. Yes, Shiv Shankar, you would like to add something? Are you there? Mahesh?
Sir,
Mahesh, yeah.
yes, sir.
Would like to add anything what HR does?
No, sir, no, sir.
Okay. Okay, let me explain and then maybe you can ask your questions at the last. Huh?
Yes, sir.
So I do divide, I can say HR into 5 basic functions. First is recruitment and selection. Second is payroll and compliance. This also includes compensation and benefits. Third is performance management. Fourth is learning and development. Fifth is employee engagement and grievance handling. And this all is combined with HRIS. HRIS gives you the facts and figures for making a better decision at any point of time.
Sir,
So
it's the duty of talent management only to track the performance and management.
See, whatever way you define responsibility depending on your size and nature of organization.
Okay.
What is the team size, overall employee numbers? What is the team size of HR? Accordingly, we delegate the task. Fine.
Okay,
So if there are many people in HR, we can give everybody a slice of work. But if there are hardly 2-3 people in the HR or just one person, then everything has to be done by that person. So I understand many of you might be from those companies where just a single HR or 2-3 person in the HR is there.
No, sir.
And maybe some of you might be from those companies where 15 or even 40 people are there in HR.
Yes, sir. I am from that company.
Yeah. So that actually is possible. Both ends are possible. And more people, more structured HR, more effectiveness in the employees, and their utilization is there. So the first function is recruitment and selection. How many of you work in the recruitment? Anybody who has worked in recruitment?
Sir, I am not worked, but I am sitting with the team. I know some things.
Good, thanks, Bhavesh. At least you are responding.
Yes. So we find it interesting if we participate only.
Yes. So Basically, when we talk about recruitment, from where we should start? Any idea?
First of all, we find out the places where we need the persons and for what type of activity. We need to map the things.
Yes.
First of all, we have to do planning that in certain department we need this position, and we need that particular type of person with a particular skills or qualification.
Very good. So we start from the manpower budgeting.
Yeah.
Manpower budgeting is very important. And there we get approval from the board of directors of the company that we are committing that we will recruit this kind of people for this salary. And by getting this sign on this budget, we are getting a grant that, okay, there will be no dearth of money for paying salary. It will be responsibility of the management that they will make a commitment for paying salary for at least 1 year for the budget period. And in that duration of time, whomsoever we recruited, we will be able to develop them and make them workable. Otherwise, what happens that your department heads make pressure and they ask for recruitment. You keep on under pressure as HR, you supply new resources. Then they compare with the old resources or existing resources and hire and fire starts. And this hire and fire may give a very fringe benefit to that department, but it gives a big damage to the organization. That in the market, in the mindset of the existing employees and the potential employees, the message goes that this is not a stable company. Your job is not very safe. It's a hire and fire culture. So you don't get good employees for such kind of organization. And if employees are not there for a quite good time, innovation cannot happen. Because people will keep on coming, they are doing their job and going. Innovation will not happen. And if there is no innovation, then efficiency will not come, profitability will not come, and competitiveness of the organization will never come. So in long run, you are going to bring a lock to the organization. Whereas if you have a sustainable team, innovation will happen and you will remain competitive in the market. But this is not understood by many of the department heads. They are worried only for their departments. But as a HR, you need to look on the overall picture and you need to make sure that this hire and fire culture should not come to your organization. It's very, very important. Then after this, you ask all the HODs to get involved in the job description. Let them define the job description first. Get involved in the interview so that tomorrow they cannot say that, fine, I'm not aware what this person is doing, who hired this person is not competent. This kind of dialogue cannot come from them because now they are partner in defining what kind of person they are looking at, what competencies they are looking, and they're also part of interview panel. So they have already evaluated the person. Now it's their responsibility to develop this person, to make him workable. This is very, very important. So this is your second part. And after that, you go on the advertising this job among the different potential verticals. It may be your internal job market if you are a big company where existing employees can apply for the new position, or employee referrals where employee can refer to their known people so that at least you can get some guarantee that the person who is coming to the organization is culturally fit to this organization and will drive with more ownership. Third, you can go for the different portals like Naukri, Monster, or Indeed, or this Ascent, print media, and LinkedIn, social media. So this may be the third tool. And fourth tool is the placement agencies, headhunters. So this is something, the different 4 tools for this part. And then you get a lot of resumes, you start the filtering process. Then 3 layers of interview at least: technical, behavioral, and management. Then you offer, and then you keep on a follow-up, because after your offer and between joining, a lot of candidates move on to the alternate jobs. They don't join you. And if there is a 60 days notice period, on 59th day, you will find that their phone is not picking your call. And you wasted time. So this is what you are supposed to track, not even up to joining, even after joining also, up to 90 days. And then you can hand over this new person to your department head. So this is how recruitment and selection happens. Then it comes the payroll. So you need to do all calculations of the payroll, maybe using software, maybe using manually, whatever the system is. And payroll also involves a lot of other things, which also involves your incentives, also involves your stock shares for employees as on date. Especially new age companies are offering a lot stock options. They are offering shares so that you feel that you are a partner in the company and you dedicate more. You don't become 9 to 6 employee. And after payroll, the compliance section. So once now you hired person, he is working, you are paying salary. Now you are supposed to follow the government compliances. So if you are a service company, you need to get registered with SOP and Establishment Act. You need to get fire license for your building. You need to get registered for the Provident Fund and ESIC as per requirement, or Mediclaim. Or if there is any professional tax in that state, or if there is any labor welfare fund in that state. So this is all I can see you are supposed to follow. Same way, if you are a manufacturing company, you are supposed to follow the Factory Act rules. You are supposed to get consent to establish, then consent to operate from the pollution department and factory department, Industrial Development Corporation basically. And then you are supposed to get fire license. You are supposed to get factory license. You are supposed to get any industrial certification. So these all are your compliance part, which is very, very important. Many times I have seen HR do ignore, but this should not be that way. So once this compliance is done, then you go for the performance, where you talk about the KPI carry of the people. There are different tools. You can use bell curve, you can use 360-degree feedback. And this performance management is not to fire people actually. It is for getting the gap analysis. There may be positive gap, there may be negative gap between the role and the competence of the person. So what is expected by the role and what is competence available with the person. If there is a negative gap, that means somebody is expecting that communication competence should be at level 3 out of the scale 5. The scale 5 is 1 is basic, 2 is where you can work under guidance, and 3 is intermediate, where you can work independently. 4 is the master's level, where you can train others as well, and 5th is the benchmark, where you are ideal for everyone. So let's say for HR manager, you are supposed to have the competency at level 3. That means you can communicate independently, but while you are writing emails, you are making mistakes, your language is not polite, your language is not convincing. You need guidance of somebody. That means you are at the level 2. So what do you need? You need a learning solution. You need a training so that you can cope up this problem and you can become independent in communication. Same way if you are at level 4, where you can train others. So as a company, you will not stay on this role for a very long, because you will move on. So company need to define your development path. how you can be promoted to the next role. Then only you will be staying in the company. So this next to the performance management is learning and development. So that's why it's learning and development now. It's not training only. So you need to define learning solutions. You need to define development paths. And this is what the reason is why performance management is done. Unfortunately, many HR feel that performance management means I have power to fire people, which is very negative. Then you do all this, then also you will feel there is a lot of energy and time with people for politics, gossips, and this is happening in the organization. So why it is happening? Because they are not engaged properly in their job. That is very, very important, that you need to engage them in the job.
Sir, I'm sorry to interrupt, but are you sharing the PPT? That because the slides are not changing.
Oh, let me.
Because everybody is, I think, getting bored because they are seeing it as a lecture only.
Yeah. Oh, I understand it. Thank you. Now you are able to see
Yes, sir.
some changes.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So this is what we discussed about the HR. Huh? What is HR? So it is start from recruitment, then managing, training, performance, employing them, developing their skills. You need to start from acquisition, then compensation, development. This is what we discussed actually. Motivation, and then this grievance handling, discipline management. This is, I can say, where I was coming up actually. So grievance management is very, very important. And many good companies keep HR only for handling these grievances. Then why HR? So you are there for utilization of the resources properly. Develop good relationship. Overall organization development should be in your mind. That's what I was discussing. Formulation of good policies, implementation of these policies, reviewing the employees' need. The qualities which you should have for delivering this, you must have very strong ethics so that people can understand that you have certain personality. If you are not ethically sound, then people cannot trust you. And if you don't trust, leadership will not come. So you should have some leadership. You should have certain expertise where people can come and ask the questions in that domain with you. You should have very strong open communication and problem solving approach. And if all this is there, you will be definitely good on the organizing things. So what you can be? You can be a good coordinator, administrator, analyst, or personal manager, director, or VP.
Sir, what is HR analyst? What is the job of that? What does the analyst do?
Analyst basically does deep work to precursorily define what kind of policies organization is requiring, what kind of people you have. So their profiling, their performance, their behavior, these things analysts do make. And based on that, you frame the different new policies so that people feel that they are well connected, organization understand their needs. Analyzing the performance so that organization remain competitive. Accordingly, based on performance, things can be driven. So this is something the HR analyst does.
Defining the policy and any other thing means, right?
Defining the facts based on which policies can be derived. Just like, let's say, analyst will tell that, okay, in this organization, we are having people who are highly skilled, but they are not qualified. They are not educated. We have 10th fail, 12th fail people. They are very good operators, but they are not skillful to make data entries. Whatever they have done, they cannot file the report. Fine. For that, you need a separate supervisor.
Okay.
Now, as per a new scenario, this is an additional cost. Why I should hire a person only for filling the report? This concept is old school. So if analyst is doing this properly, then they can find, okay, this is the gap. We can train these people, or we can put some technology which is friendly to them. Maybe we can use the barcodes, we can use the scanners, and data can be captured. Or maybe we can train some of them so that they can directly fill in the Excel. So this is something what analyst can bring in. And based on that, new policies can be made that after 1 year working, you will go for certain trainings. Fine. Or if this is the lot size under production, we can put barcode and barcode readers there. So these things, if these things are well analyzed, then it will pay back. If these things are just on the whims and fancies of the manager, it will not pay back.
Okay, sir.
Thank you for this question. Then life cycle of HR. So starting from attracting people, recruiting, onboarding, enabling them, development, retention, and then separation. This course deals with labor law, legal compliance, compensation, benefit, whatever we discussed so far actually. Performance, policies, employee relationship, recruitment, selection, analytics, data cleaning, and all those.
So
It's
one more
having-
question. Sir, when we join in talent management or talent acquisition, and when we sit for the interview, so is that about the labor law and legal compliance, the question is being asked in the interview about that?
It depends on the job position and the size of company.
Like if I am going as a recruiter, then it's not important to know the laws. It's only important that we have a very good communication skill and negotiation skill.
Exactly. Very right you are saying. Very right you are saying. But this
Yeah.
applies only depending on the size of organization. If they are really having a very clearly defined role responsibility, that recruiter means only recruiter.
Okay.
Actually, in case of HR, this does not apply many a times.
I think labor law and legal compliance should be for the payroll area and the analyst area.
It depends on, again, it depends on the company size. If it's a small company, just 2-3 people handling all the show.
Okay.
Or even sometime one person army.
Yeah.
Everything is done. If it's a big company, you will find every team is having 4 or 5 people. Even compliance team is also having 4 or 5 people. Somebody is expert only in PF, somebody only SIC, somebody only labor law and all those. Yeah.
Sir, it depends on the BU the company is having, that how many BUs.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So it's a Parkinson law basically.
Yeah.
You expend, I can say, as per the need.
Yeah, right. Yeah, if the one-man army is there, then absolutely they should be having full knowledge. And if it is separately, then it is not important to know everything.
Yes, exactly. And now startups are looking for one-man armies mostly.
Yeah, but startups, because they are having a small position at that time. But when they will grow, then they will require more HR for handling all the things.
Nowadays, there are changes actually in this concept because technology is replacing people. You don't need many people, even if the big size organization is there, because technology is there, which can enable you for doing this job very smartly. Now, like you don't need people for attendance, salary, or expense or anything. Technology does it.
But technology is not developed to that extent that it can do without any mistake everything. There is some gap, I think, in the technology now also.
Very rare.
Yes,
now really things are very smart.
Yeah.
And technology is there which is not going to go you on the next step if there is any wrong.
Right.
So people are forced to follow it.
Okay.
So, and that's why this course is having this combination of advanced Excel HR along with SAP HR.
Sir,
So-
advanced Excel, I think it will be required for the analyst role and the other things.
No, many companies don't have ERP systems and SAP.
Okay.
They are still working on the Excel.
So
More
what
than-
advanced Excel features that an HR required for doing the
For
job?
analytics, you need everything, even macros also.
Okay. And for
But-
the small roles like generalist and payrolls, they required only like VLOOKUP features and data validation only.
Yes. Your work can be done with that much number of features, and where you are just going VLOOKUPs and HLOOKUPs and validation index and all those.
Yeah,
But,
but for
it depends on you that what exactly you want to do. If
Yes.
you are ambitious, you definitely look that, okay, I must have policies, analysis, which are data driven and all those, which are very important actually.
sir, who is the
For that
VP of the
purpose-
HR?
Huh?
Who is the VP of the HR?
Hmm.
Like vice president, he must be having very vast knowledge about the laws and the things only. Like
No, everything.
okay.
For being head HR or VP HR,
Mhm.
all those 5 verticals which I talked, you should know. Otherwise, people below you, they will not respect you
Okay.
because
It will
they,
be required many
yeah, if they
experience.
are having better mastery in their domain,
Mhm.
why they will come to you? They will never come to you.
Yeah, but as a like now I am if I am in talent management team, right?
Yeah.
So I have knowledge about that. If I will take interest in all the domains,
Yeah.
then I will be taken to that area that yes, I am having all the experience. So how can I get the all the knowledge by changing the jobs time to time and gaining?
No,
the
even
knowledge?
I can say, yes, some within the same organization also rotations keep on happening. Because if you are there, you will find that there will be vacancies which keep on coming in the other verticals, or sometime there are things getting done by somebody else which is not that perfect as they are required by organization. And you are old employee, you understand things well. So by default, things will come to you.
Okay.
Fine, even if you're a talent management guy, fine.
Mhm.
But if employees are not satisfied and you are a old HR person there, maybe grievance handling can come to you. Employee engagement can come to you. And slowly, gradually, once you are able to highly skilled on these things, you may start understanding that because all these verticals are interconnected. They are not in isolation. So more you will be skilled in, you will understand from where my root cause of the problems are coming.
Okay.
And once you start solving, you will spread across all the verticals in the same organization also. And that's how things move.
Like if we are not shifting in that company only, then I think we should change the job for that if it not happening in the same company.
Yeah,
For
but
gaining-
at least work in one vertical for at least 2 to 3 years. At least 2 to 3 years.
Okay.
Otherwise, you will not have any knowledge.
Yeah, right.
At least like you are in talent management. So still, I'm not sure that whether how many years you have worked in.
Sir, I have joined in January only this year.
Fine. So you might be still learning what are the different roles which you are supposed to acquire.
Yes,
And
sir.
yeah, so understanding all roles and reaching that level where you select, I can see screen and select only 2 candidates and both are that kind of where HODs are saying this is also good, this is also good, I want both.
Yeah.
That is what a recruiter means for me. It's not that who is queuing up so many people for interview. No, that's a waste of time. If you are a good recruiter, you will give only 2 options. And let selectors should be in that complex situation that they want both.
Yeah, right.
So your plan A and plan B both are ready.
Yeah, right.
So same way in all verticals, actually, you are supposed to work. So this is about the performance management we talked about. What happened? Okay. Then these are the compensations, so base pay, commission, bonus, equity. That's what I was talking about, stock options and all those. This is the HRBP role, which I talked that you need to be now business partner, a strategic business partner. So you need to prepare for the future workforce. You need to be a coach and consultant so that you can give the right advice. You should have business acumen to understand where my organization is leading, what kind of work my organization is doing. Build a competitive organization based on the competency framework. Empower your leaders so that they can take decisions based on the facts. Use data for influencing decisions so that there is no biasness, or at least minimum biasness. And strengthen the culture of the company and employee experience so that good people should be retained with you. And then only you can make future workforce. So you need to hire, you need to nurture them, you need to engage, you need to attract and let them discover what they can do. So this is what is HR role, and if people are able to do this, they will stay with the organization for long. And that will be the only beneficial thing. This was the recruitment shortlisting we discussed on, that educational qualification, skill, domain experience, soft skills. These all you will look at. Then analytics, why we do. So this also we discussed. It will improve hiring, reduce attrition because data is there. So you are going on the right track. You will improve your experience. You will give a fair decisions. It will make more productive workforce because they will feel fairness. This will improve your processes and this will bring the trust among everyone, which is very important. Then data pyramid. You need to ask the right questions with the right sequencing to convert your data into wisdom. So you need to understand context, then meaning, then insight by asking right questions: who, what, when, where, how, and why. So this is very, very important so that the data which is available there can be utilized well. Same way, decision you need to delegate at different levels so that decision can be made. And you need to empower your line managers so that more and more decisions can happen at the different layers of the organization and there is no bottleneck of decision making. So Henry Harvin started in 2013. It's a San Francisco, California based organization. It's a competency development organization focused on learning solutions. And we have audience from in academia also, industry also. So far we have done more than 4 lakh learners in different courses, more than 2 lakh self-paced learners, more than 120 courses, vendor with more than 180 plus corporates, and affiliation with more than 110 colleges pan-India. So it's a 6 months live training program. As I said in the very beginning, you will have recorded videos. You will have access to your LMS, learning management system, e-learning portals. Placement assistance will be there. You will have opportunity for multiple interviews, but you must have caliber and competence to clear these interviews as well. Then internship assistance will be there for gaining practical knowledge. Bootcamp sessions will be there for knowing more about the certifications. Gold membership will be there, which will give complementary modules, soft skill sessions, and 24/7 support will be there. After this course, you can be good recruiter, trainer, analyst, specialist, and manager. Anything you can be. The training is audio, video, online, presentation modes, user manuals will be there, hands-on sessions will be there, discussions and activities will be there. So it's a basically 6 months program with examination, certification, unlimited batches, will be there, monthly boot camps will be there, placement support, e-learnings, batches, recording will be available so that if you miss any session, you can see the recordings. And this all comes with a fee of 134,500. These are certain links which I'm putting in the chat window, where you can visit and you can find more details about these programs. Now, if you have any questions left, please feel free. So how do you feel this session? Was it worth?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Any questions you have?
No, sir. I have asked everything in between only.
Good. So you find it useful answers?
Yes, sir.
Great, Bhavesh. Basically, it's a very interesting course. And see, learning opportunity does not come many a times in your life. And learning has no fast forward.
Yes, sir.
That you can do any quick learnings. But
You're right.
learning makes your career fast forward. This course itself will give you at least 5 years jump. As I was saying, you should stay at least 2-3 years in one vertical of HR. So for staying in all 4-5 verticals, you need 15 years experience. But by experience sharing in these sessions, you can easily get a benefit of 4-5 years. What others will do in 3 years, you can do in 2 years, 1.5 years very easily.
Yeah, definitely, sir.
So that's what exactly I can say the benefit of this program is. So anyone, any questions, feel free, please. So if there is no questions, I believe, yeah, thanks a lot for your participation. It really made interesting because it's both way. If you ask right questions, we can answer very well. And that becomes useful for everyone.
Yes, sir. Sir, I want to ask one question that in the HR, there is one person who deals with only technical data.
Yeah, HRIS.
Yeah. So what should be done to do that part?
See, for that part, you need to be good on Excel and SAP. That's all.
Sir, actually, there was a person in my organization. He looked after everything. Like he was from the IT sector. So he was master in everything.
See,
so I want to
the
ask
age,
that.
yeah, the age in which you are now, IT is just like English.
Yeah.
Fine, 30 years back, English was something very much extraordinary. Huh? There were few people in the organization who were writing application for everyone.
Yeah.
Now same is the IT applications. So you have to take your career another 20-30 years.
Okay.
So believe me, IT should not be a separate skill. It should be just like a language. Everybody has to learn and without any hesitation of failure.
Yeah.
So invest every day your half an hour to 1 hour in this. Dedicate yourself parallelly to learn everything. How to use the tools, how to develop the tools even, especially in Excel or if you know Excel tools, then you can understand the SAP or ERP tools also very well.
Yes, sir, but it will be beneficial only that if we practice it daily. Like if I have done a course, then if I completed it course very dedicatedly and I didn't do practice it after completion of course.
Practice in your daily life also.
Yeah.
Start from your daily expenses. up to your time management.
Mhm.
Nobody can snatch that opportunity from you. It's very important. I'm telling practically how I had been, I can say, doing it.
Yeah, like previously, I don't understand the VLOOK feature. I tried many times to understand it from YouTube and any other things.
Yes.
Like, and when I started my career in January in HR, then my colleague told me 2 to 3 times, I think. And when I started it doing daily, then I get to know it. Before I was not getting it because I was not having time, and actually it was not used in my daily life.
Yeah, thus you need to work out, because first time when I learned macro, I was really needed it, because I was supposed to analyze a big data of global team.
Mhm.
And I learned it because I was doing it, I guess, in normal way. It was really time consuming. I was feeling I am highly inefficient.
Yeah.
I learned myself from YouTube the macro and made my complete tool. And next day, entire global team appreciated me for that,
Yeah.
because I was able to analyze the data and saved almost 20 days of the organization. What was supposed to be done in 20 days, I did in 1 day,
Yeah.
and with full perfection.
Yeah, same thing I am also facing. Like I have to manage the data of many persons. Like I am.
Yeah. Yeah. Please. Yeah.
Yes, I am having the data of from till when the company was started, and it was started from 1970s, like, and the technology have come now of the document management solutions and success factors and everything. So what I have to do is to rename the document, every individual document. And there are 6,000 employees, and one employee contains the one employee is having the data of 60 documents. I have to rename them individually and check it out.
Yeah,
also.
then really work on, I can say, very well on the Excel. You are doing in Excel only, no, basically.
Yes, sir. In Excel
Yeah.
also, and in folders also. In
Yeah,
folder
so
also, I have to
because
open tab.
this is a repetitive job,
Yeah.
and macro helps you when there is a repetitive job. You need to define once, it will read all the documents very fast.
Sir, what is this macro that you are saying? That what is
It's a repeated job. It's a way where you define that these are the set procedure for doing a job. And then when you enable macro, it will go through all your data, and it will repeat the pattern by itself. So if you fix it for one employee, it will repeat the pattern for all the employees, and you will save time.
So how can I get that knowledge? From where I can get that?
YouTube.
Okay.
Or maybe some courses. I should not say like this.
So
It can be some paid courses also.
What do we search?
Macro, that's all.
Only I have to write macro only.
Yeah.
Macro
you need to
in
write a good macro, and it will help you, because the steps you must have defined so far. Now only thing is you need to repeat this for all data.
Yeah.
Yeah, so macro will solve your problem.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Great. So it was nice discussion. Sanjana, you have any questions? Muskan, Maniska?
No, sir. Thank you. It was a really nice and informative session.
No, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Bhavesh. Thank you, everyone, for having patience. Wish you a very wonderful career further.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.